That's all right.
Can. As we all know, science has shown the most successful people are often also those where they are heavily on the power of networking. Ultimately, pursuing opportunities to connect with industry leaders or professionals with varying interests and perspective is critical to your own career growth. Like what Diane Helbig famously said, networking is an investment in your business. It takes time, and when done correctly, it can yield great results for years to come. So, today in this episode, we've invited an amazing friend of ours and is also a fellow Rainmaker, I would say the founder of Rainmaker, and his name is none other than Richard Giam. So, Richard is an award winning entrepreneurial fundraiser with over 22 years of proven track record in business development, sales, marketing, communications, and fundraising. He has spearheaded numerous successful fundraising and marketing campaigns for various organizations in Singapore. He works closely with family offices, business owners, funds, investors, and high net worth individuals on various projects. And he has been also recognized as the winner of the Best Personal Brand Award 2017 and is the author of Fundraising Among the Giants: How to Attract High Net Worth Individuals and Major Donors for Good. This is the book that he authored. And during his 18 years of corporate life, Richard has excelled in organizations such as MediaCorp, Ministry of Community Development, Youth and Sports, National Council of Social Service, Nanyang Technological University, and Singapore Management University. He is currently the co-founder of Rainmakers Private Limited, which is also our sponsor for today.
Thank you.
It is established in October 2019, and Rainmaker is a revolutionary, I would say, movement, okay, that rallies like-minded people together based on the values of love, authenticity, kindness, and respect. And they are a strong and growing community of top entrepreneurs, CEOs, investors, business owners, affluent individuals, and professionals who believes in giving back to the community for good. And without further ado, let's welcome Richard into the podcast. Woohoo! All
Thank you
right.
so much, Reason.
Oh, thank you so much.
It's an honor to be here to join you and together with our audience
Yep.
to share my insights and experience as a fundraiser, as a networker, whatever you call it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm most happy to use the opportunity to share my knowledge to benefit from you as well, to benefit the audience, to learn from one another.
Well,
Thank you for the opportunity.
Oh, you're most welcome, and thank you for being a part of this. And really, I am excited to have you here because with the wealth of experience and knowledge and wisdom you have, and wow, I'm really, really excited to hear a lot from you and learn a lot from you as well.
Thank you.
And how's your day so far? Good.
Yes, I always look forward to a new beginning of a day. It's
Mm-hmm.
about a mindset
Mm-hmm.
that every day is a fresh beginning, and just forget about the old, especially the negative past, the old past. We always look forward to the future
Yep.
and seize the present moment, and that's how we should live our life, isn't it?
Yeah, that's how we should be living rather than dwelling on the past and
That's right.
always thinking about how bad yesterday was. But then we forgot that today is a brand new day,
That's
brand new
right.
start for every one of us. And I'm pretty sure the people that I have in my audience, they are from Malaysia, they are definitely some from Singapore and US and all. They would like to know you a bit more better. So can you share with the audience a little bit more about who you are and what you do?
Sure, definitely. First, I just want to welcome all our audience and thank you
Mhm.
so much for tuning in, especially our audience from overseas, as mentioned, Malaysia, US, and Singapore.
Mhm.
Welcome to this podcast. And Rayson is a personal friend, is an amazing guy, and I'm so
Thank you.
impressed by what he has done and set up this Ragacy show
Mhm.
and able to get so many people to tune in. So thank you so much for supporting him. His happiness is also my happiness.
Oh,
Right.
thank you.
So okay, for me, I would say I'm just a very ordinary person, and I've been ever since I graduated from NTU year 2000, I've been working in the corporate world for almost 18 years. So 4 years ago, I decided to just quit the corporate world and decided to become an entrepreneur. All right. And that's where I founded this company called Rainmaker Private Limited. Yeah.
Okay.
So Rainmaker Private Limited started as a boutique fundraising company that I help companies and individuals to raise funds for projects, and do deals and project financing. But 3 years ago, that is 1 year after I set up Rainmaker Private Limited, I decided to have a more bolder vision, is to set up Rainmaker Movement. Right, as we have
Okay.
mentioned earlier on, Rainmaker Movement is basically a community that rally like-minded individuals, professionals, entrepreneurs together, but based on the values of love, authenticity, respect, and kindness. It is a different kind of community with its own unique DNA. All right, it's not just another networking platform, but it is a community with shared vision, resources, that individuals and members can come together and really be considered as part of the greater family, right? And to do good for the community. I think in short, that's what Rainmaker is all about. It's both a social and a business community. So far, since we started in year 2019, this year we are celebrating our third year anniversary.
Yep.
Right? We have grown significantly despite during the COVID period where Singapore we experienced lockdown. We have grown to more than 260 members right now. Yeah, thanks to all the members who supported the vision, the mission, and this community. Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure, after hearing this, right, you guys would also want to be a part of this. So later on, Richard will also share with us how you guys can also be a part of Rainmaker as well, because I'm part of it. And when I joined, I was amazed by the amount of people that's in there. And in that particular community that I'm in, it's superbly organized, and not just it's organized, but they have events and all this other stuff that's so, I would say, breathtaking, and it can be revolutionary for you because you are going to meet a lot of amazing entrepreneurs, people like the CEO of Timber, for example, that's based in Singapore, and most of them, or I would say most of them, they are based in Singapore, and they have a lot of I would say a lot of specialties in them, the niche and all. And I'm pretty sure we will be talking a lot about this later on. So before we actually dive into the main focus of our interview, our listeners will love to get to know you more in terms of what actually inspired you to become an entrepreneur. Because you said back then you were actually working, and you were in a high paying job,
Yeah,
in a
that's right.
sense, and then after that, boom, you decided to leave and you want to become an entrepreneur. Why is that so?
Okay. Thanks for the question again.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel that being an employee, whether you're an employee or entrepreneur, yes, it's pro and cons. Okay, both has its own benefits. It's just like from ocean you go to the jungle, right? There's really no much different. End of the day, you still need to work hard for it, whether you're an entrepreneur or an employee. But I think very importantly is this. Even when I was an employee, I adopted an entrepreneurial mindset. Okay. So it doesn't mean that being an employee means that you work like an employee, but it's important is the mind. You could be employee, but if your mind is entrepreneur, you can actually contribute a lot to the organization, and that's where you see yourself having a more fast track growth compared to some colleagues who just follow the norm, playing politics. I don't think that's a way to prosper in the corporate world. For me, I always adopt an entrepreneurial enterprising spirit, even as an employee. So throughout my 18 years of in the corporate world, I must say that I'm happy with my performance. I think my bosses are quite happy with my performance. I'm a go-getter and able to achieve the result that the company wants. So I think, but the issue is this, as an employee, you don't really own the business, right? So after 18 years and after being in so many organizations, I feel that I don't really I want to do something that I can create and coin my own. All right.
Okay.
The main difference of being an entrepreneur compared to being an employee is that you have more control over your time and also over what you do.
Yeah.
Right. So being an employee, you are subjected to the policies, the rules, the regulation, the bureaucracy of the organization. But as an entrepreneur, you have more say, you have more control. So come the point of time, I decided that I want to prize time freedom as a priority in my life.
Time
All
freedom.
right, so that I can do the things that I really enjoy doing. I can meet the people I want, and I have no restriction. I don't have so much restriction in pursuing my dreams. All right.
Mhm.
So that's the reason why I chose to become an entrepreneur. And also, there's another very interesting incident that sparked me off, that I decided to just, that's it. I really want to quit my job. Is that at that time, as a fundraiser. So my last corporate job was with a tertiary university. So I have the idea of authoring my book, to publish my own book. So I
Yep.
actually, as employee, I need to consult my boss. So basically, she, instead of being encouraging, she actually poured cold water and saying that,
What did you say?
yeah, basically, she's not very encouraging about this whole thing. She said, I think there's clearance to be made and stuff like that.
Oh,
I mean, I can understand where she's coming from.
Yeah.
So I said, well, if that's the case, the only way for me to do it is to become my own entrepreneur, own my own company, and I can decide to do what I want. So things like publishing your own book, all right? So
Yep.
indeed, after I quit my job, I published my own book, which you have already mentioned. It's called Fundraising Among the Giants: How to Attract High Net Worth and Major Donors for Good, right? So
Yeah.
I had a private book launch, and attracted more than 400 friends who came and supported this event. And the sale proceed of the book, basically I donated them all to charity, to Singapore Red Cross. Yeah, because it is not about, it is not just about having a book launch for the sake of having book launch, but making meaningful, right? Do something for the community.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, like when you are stuck in a job, you have so many things that you need to clear, and you need the managers and the higher management to clear for you before you can do certain things. Or even when you did some things, you have to pay them certain percentage as well to the company, in a sense, right? So that's why I'm pretty sure that you decided to leave and become an entrepreneur yourself. And I'm pretty sure when you were actually being an entrepreneur at the start, I'm sure that you will face some mental and emotional struggles during your journey and building your business up, right? So can you share with us, like, what are the struggles that you face during that point of time?
Okay. Of course, when you have been in the corporate world for so many years, after 18 years, sort of like there is routine, that there's a form of processes to go through, right? But after I quit my job, I realized that, oh my God, did I really quit my job? I'm on my own right now. I don't have a steady paycheck coming in every month. It's on my own right now. So the reality strike. But I think when we make the decision to become an entrepreneur, we have to stick to it, because we must be, before we quit our job, before we decide to become an entrepreneur, we must mentally be prepared and tell ourselves there's no turning back. All right, because if you really want to be a successful entrepreneur, you have to just cut the bridges and just move forward, not turning back. Because for those who always think, oh, don't worry, I want to become an entrepreneur, but somehow if I cannot make it, I always have a degree, I got a master's degree to rely on, I'll go back to my corporate job. I mean, for entrepreneurs with that kind of mindset, honestly, it's very hard for them to succeed. All right. If you want, you quit your job. You just say, okay, there's only one option, that is to move forward with my business in my entrepreneurial journey. There's no looking back already.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
So I must say that after I quit my job, initially, yes, there's a bit of emotional struggle, but I'm glad that I have many friends, okay, who are entrepreneurs and business owners, and they are the one who came and gave me a lot of moral, emotional support, and give me guidance, advice how to really manage my business. So it's with that mentorship, okay, with friends, with guidance, that I'm able to do well and able to basically grow as a person. So being an entrepreneur is not about making money alone. All right, it's also about developing ourselves, being a better person, and become more resilient, and being exposed to a lot more things in life.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, like when you're an entrepreneur, you are able to expose more things. You find more opportunities outside,
Right.
and the pastures are always green outside when you are there. Especially when you're networking with so many awesome individuals, like in the Rainmaker as well. I'm pretty sure you can get to see a lot of different opportunities for you during that period of time as well. And for those budding aspiring entrepreneurs, right? Do you have any tips for them? If you have, what tips will you give them?
Okay, I consider myself as a young entrepreneur. All right, so I'm also learning. But I
Mhm.
think very importantly is that you need to know people who are at the so-called at a one more seasoned and more experienced
Mm.
than you. You need mentors in our life, right? You cannot try to depend all by yourself and try to figure out. It's best to learn from someone who have done it and been there, so that you really save yourself a lot of pain and headache. It's like be part of a community or program where you have people who is able to offer you advice, insight, and perhaps even financial support in your business. Because our network is also our net worth. Sometimes we may not have that. When you first started, you may not have that financial resources, but it's okay. You have other resources, all right? You have friends, you have relatives, you have business contacts, and if you can basically convince them, all right, about your business model, and basically they trust you as a person, I am very confident that you will get the support that you need. At the end of the day, I think we should go back to the fundamental. It's all about ourselves, our character. All right. Are we someone that people can trust, and are we someone that people can respect? Many times when investors they look at investing or supporting a business, they are looking at the person, the founder, not so much on the business model, because it is a person, it's a founder that make or break the business. So we need to be very, very clear.
Yeah.
All right. If our principle, if our integrity is not there, no matter how attractive our business model it is, it's
Yep.
not going to work.
True.
Trust me, it's about the person. And that's the reason why I feel that it's important, as a community, we emphasize so much about values.
Yep.
We talk about values, all right, integrity, talk about authenticity, respect, kindness, and love. The values must come first.
Yeah.
All right. Then we talk about business. Friendship first, business second.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with you on that. It's just like when we were in kindergarten, right? When we are making friends, we don't make business deals with them to become a friend, right? We
That's
don't
right.
say, "Hey, I give you a toy, I give you a candy, you become my friend." It's the same goes with Rainmaker. From
That's right.
what I noticed, the things that we have been doing, we don't like, "Hey, I give you this contact, but you must do this first. I pay you this, then you do this first for me." No, but it's all very genuine and foolproof authenticity there. I
That's
could
right.
see. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's important to go back to those days that we were a child, the childlike faith, that innocent, that we
Mm-hmm.
trust people. Of course, we cannot trust people so blindly, all right? We know that
Yeah.
this person obvious scammer, we just trust the person. I'm trying to say is this. We have lost, I think, as we grow, as we have grown as an adult, especially we in the world for so many years, we meet so many people. Somehow we become seasoned, at the same time our heart become hardened. We tend to be more suspicious of people. We don't trust people so easily, and it can work for us. It can also work against us.
True.
I think importantly is this. I still feel that we must have a discernment. We must have a wisdom as well. All right. I mean, the right people. We need to first. To me, it's important. All right, to sense the vibes, energy of the person. Is this person that I can really trust?
Mm.
All right. So sometimes the person is very deceptive, is so high level and you cannot tell, right? But it's good to really do a lot of due diligence, and I think I trust my gut feel sometimes. All right. You must feel that is this someone that you can have good chemistry.
Yeah.
If someone doesn't have a good chemistry with me, doesn't mean this person is necessarily a bad person. It's just like we can't click. Maybe we can't click. This person cannot click with me, but perhaps this person can click with someone else. It's fine.
Yeah.
All right. So it's about the chemistry. When you
Correct.
find that this is a person that you can have a chemistry and you can more or less try this person's character, and if the business model sounds good, then you may consider entering into the partnership. Yeah.
I agree. I mean, like, to ensure that you have a good partnership with someone else, you need to make sure that you know the person well enough, or you have to have that chemistry with them, or else it's so hard for you to actually trust a person and even do business with a person. Can you imagine, money is at stake at that point of time, and not 1,000, 2,000, but $20,000, $100,000 even, right? So that's why we have to learn how to, I would say, trust ourselves first before we can actually trust other people as well. And I'd like to ask you, right, because we were talking so much about Rainmaker previously before this as well. Can you tell us a bit about your backstory on what led you to take that leap of faith into launching Rainmaker?
Okay, thanks for this. You see, as when I was serving in various organizations as a corporate person, all right, I have worked in many organizations, all right. So primarily in the area of business development, marketing, and fundraising. I have met with many individuals, business owners, and high net worth individuals. And how I get to know some of them is through referral, or sometimes it's through events, high profile events I've attended. I've attended many events. I'm also a member of a couple of clubs, associations, right? But somehow I feel that I want to create a community that's very different. It's not just a usual networking, platform. So I always long for a community that is not so transactional. All right, it is based on more on friendship, based on relationship. First, all right. Second is it is a community that I want to be part of. It should be based on values. It means you emphasize more on the character, not so much about the net worth. Sometimes you join certain group, it's like people of a certain financial stature, they gather together, and somehow if your company revenue is not at that level, you're being excluded from here, right? I mean, from what I look at it is business owners who are very successful. I think they should also play a part to help business owners who are not so successful. I mean, that is about helping each other, isn't it? If you segregate them, how are you going to help? So I want a community whereby there is a mix. There's an integration of business owners who are very successful, as well as business owners who are not so successful, as well as aspiring entrepreneurs. That's where we can really talk about sharing resources and helping each other. All right.
Right.
It's not towards, I don't want to create a situation whereby the rich will get richer because they only mix with the rich people, and the not so rich will become not so rich. There should be an integration. All right. And that is where we can really level up the playing field for all of us. So Rainmaker start with the vision. Is I want to is that I want to bring people together based on values. That's why you can see Rainmaker. We have members of different race, language, religion. All right, and we have Malay, Muslim, Chinese, Christian, Hindu, you name it, we have it. Is the core values that bring us together. Okay, I think this is what makes us unique. At the same time, we are both a business and a social community. As you know that Rainmaker, we also have singles group, we have different interest group that a member can join, and really through all these activities, they can get to bond and get to know people, right? It's all about having fun. Okay, Rainmaker is all about having fun. And when you call yourself Rainmaker, is you assume the identity of I want to make a difference in someone else's life.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the definition of Rainmaker, is someone that who create positive changes in someone else's life, right? It's an organization, right? So that's where our tagline is miracles through connections.
Wow, I love the tagline. Miracles through connections. And I believe that when you are having a connection with someone who's successful, or even if they're not very successful, but they have the networks to provide for you, I'm pretty sure there will be that miracle that you have, because you get to probably link up with someone that you need help with, like you need help in your design, or you need help in certain things, and then this Rainmaker or this business partner, this associate can help you in that as well. So that's why I truly believe that this is really inspiring when you actually shared about this, how you actually launched your movement, the Rainmaker. And I just want to ask you, right, how has networking played a role in your success so far?
Well, definitely. All right. Networking, in short, is about meeting people, increasing your social capital, isn't it?
Yes, right.
So I cannot be successful in what I do if I do not have people in my life to help me, support me. So I need to give thanks to all my friends, okay, my fellow Rainmakers, all my supporters, all my friends who have supported me in my career, in what I do. So how do I get to know them in the first place? I would say that mainly is through this process called networking. All right, it's really having that the sincerity of the heart and the ability to go and meet new friends and connect with them and also follow up with them.
Yeah.
I think importantly is when we meet new friends, let's not have the hidden agenda. What can you do for me? A lot of people have this idea. What can you do for me? All right. Why don't we ask ourselves a question? What can I do for them? How can I help to make your life better? How can I add value to your life? I think we should ask ourselves that question.
Yeah.
It's never about self-focus. It's about the other person. All right. It's about how can I be a blessing to you? So when we have that, we have no more fear. Some people when they go for a networking event, or they always have this mindset, okay, I want to source out who are my potential clients, who can buy from me, who can support my services. Why don't we have a shift? Okay, how can I help someone? You see, I believe every one of us, we have talent, we have potential to help someone, whether it's through our own personal effort or it's a product or services that we have. It must come from the mindset that I want to help someone, I want to empower someone.
Yeah.
All right. Even if it takes for me to offer my service for free because this person needs it, but he cannot afford, I'll do so. It's never about money, So
Okay.
when we have the mindset, the right mindset, I think it will help us a lot in networking and reaching out to the people that we never able to reach out.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, this is good, man. This golden nuggets actually something that you guys can actually practice and actually write down. Okay, get a notepad, get a notebook, whatever that Richard is sharing right now is gold, diamonds. You guys should actually take down whatever that he's saying, and if you want to know more about Rainmaker, can let us know, and we will actually let you meet you up and let you know more about it as well. Okay, and also at the same time, right? I'd like to ask you now that everyone are going social, it's like going social media in a sense. So why is learning online networking skills important today?
Online networking skill is in.
Like how to connect with people on Facebook or LinkedIn and don't be too salesy, for example, when at the start.
Okay.
Yeah. So why is it so important these days?
Okay, I mean, you have rightly pointed out is that social media right now is prevalent. It's like we cannot be living in today's modern society without understanding and knowing social media. All right, you will be at the losing end. Even big companies or tradition companies, they're moving towards social media. Is an important element in our life right now. So right now is that, especially during COVID, we know that during the lockdown, circuit breaker, there's no way we can really interact with one another, isn't it? So how do we interact one another? How do we connect and network with one another? It's through online. So I believe that online networking is very important. All right. However, online networking can never be compared to physical networking. That's my personal experience. You see, because on online, you cannot really see the person, you cannot really sense the vibes. Even you can say, oh, through Zoom, but somehow it is different when you meet up in person. All right, when you meet in person, when you interact in person, when there's a social interaction in the group, in the physical group, compared to just Zoom, where you see small screenshot of people, it's just totally different. I personally love the idea of coming together and just have a cup of coffee together and interact. All right, you can see that the dynamic, the energy is different, because in Zoom you can't really sense that energy, but in physical context you can able to sense that. All right, so to me, online social networking is definitely critical to learn the skill of, able to use Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever social media platform are there. I think it's important for us to network and to connect. But to me, it is the first part of it. If you really want to go deep, all right, especially you're talking about partnership, it go to the deep relationship, I think you still have to meet up in person.
True.
Sometimes it's very weird and it's very funny is that, without a physical meetup, there's a lot of online scammer, that online scammer. How do they manage to scam people? Is that they are able to so-called build the kind of trust online. But a lot of them are scammer, you see. So it's important that if we can rely on online social marketing to know someone, But
Yeah.
to really know a person, whether this person is truly authentic or not, my advice for you is this, okay? Is meet up with the person in person, because it could be a fake person, right? You get.
Yeah.
So I think as far as we cannot dispel the need for online social marketing or online social networking, we also cannot ignore the importance of physical meetup. Okay,
True.
that's my humble viewpoint.
Yeah, because nowadays people can actually use other people's Facebook profile picture, or even they Google the picture and then after that they put it there, or they can even like download the videos of what they post on online and then after that send it to you like as if they are
All right.
living that
Yeah,
lifestyle. They are doing all those things, but actually it's just a facade. It's just
that's
plain
right.
fake ones that they are actually showing to people. And you know, as an entrepreneur or a business or a professional, I'm pretty sure a lot of times there are mistakes that are being made in networking, right? So do you mind sharing with us like what are the mistakes that most people make when they are networking with other people?
Okay, I can't say for other people. I can
Or for
share about
yourself?
myself. Okay,
Okay.
some of the mistakes I tend to I tend to make in the past. Okay, during
Okay.
networking is that actually I made a lot of mistakes before, and I'm still learning. Okay, maybe
Mhm.
I still make mistake. Okay, but I'm still learning. All right.
All
I think
right.
one of the key mistake that I made is that when we attend, when we are doing networking, is we are we are we want to dig information about the person.
Dig information.
Yes, we want to find out more.
Okay.
All right, and without listening. For example, I get to know this person, then I start asking, also, what do you do? How many employees you have and stuff. We want to start some information. It's just like it gives people the impression is you want to know more about me so that you see whether am I a potential client.
Okay.
All right. I think it's not wrong to do research, but for the first meeting when you do that, it's a first impression count, right? I don't think it
Yeah.
works. We should really be there and be friendly and seek to understand and hear the person's story, rather than be there and so-called want to take information. If you want to ask question, yes, but really you must ask the right and appropriate question. All right,
True.
without giving the person to feel that you are trying to do research and find out whether this person is a potential client or not. Is that people are not silly. All right. I think very importantly is we must adopt a sincerity of heart. Is to know the person. All right. Even if this person is not a potential client, it's okay. We can be friends because you never know, right? It's okay. Networking about making friends. That's why if we network with the idea to make friends, friendship first, business second, you won't have a lot of issue. Because
Yeah.
people can sense, hey, this guy not bad, can be my friend, right?
Right.
Rather than going down there and with the mindset that whether this person can be a potential prospect.
Mm.
So again, you may not agree with me, but my viewpoint is that it's always good to treat person as a end rather than a means to an end. Because how would you want
Right.
people to treat you? The question is this. Do you want people to come and treat you as if like you are a means to an end? You are a tool to achieve the agenda? Or you want people to treat you as a person, as yourself? Yeah. So the golden rule is this: do unto others what you want others to do unto you.
Yeah, this is what very famously said by Jesus and all the other people. Uh, Treat people like how you want to be treated, and all the more blessings will come to you in a
That's right.
sense.
Yeah.
More opportunities will come to you,
That's right.
right? Yeah. So I agree with you on that. So for those of you who are tuning in, be it in Singapore or even Japan, I get to see someone from Japan is tuning in, Mako. Uh,
Hi.
Daryl is here. Kaden,
Hi,
David.
Daryl.
I saw David was part of it. Sabrina was part of it. I saw some other people from LinkedIn, like Bob and all. They were all
Hi,
part of it.
welcome. Thanks
Yeah,
so much
yeah.
for
So
coming in.
you guys, this is actually Richard Giam. He is the co-founder of Rainmakers Private Limited, and this movement is amazing. You guys should check it out. And for those of you who are curious, you can go to the caption. There's the link below. It has the website itself for Rainmakers. You can go and check it out as well. And just now we actually were talking a lot about your, I would say, mistakes and all in networking. Then do you have any like success stories for in terms of networking for the audience to listen?
Yes, I think as I said, if I think first and foremost, when we come to networking, we have to be authentic ourselves. All
Yeah,
right.
correct.
And I must say that through the process of networking over the years, I made a lot of mistakes. At the same time, I've learned,
Mhm.
and I have through networking process, I have established good connection, good make a lot of good friends, and they are the ones who eventually become my supporter and become my even my business partner and my clients.
Hmm.
All right.
Okay.
So they are definitely a success story.
Okay.
All right.
What's the most successful story that you don't mind sharing with us?
Okay, is okay. Basically, is there's one whereby I was having a breakfast. I mean, I attended a networking event. I was just seated beside one gentleman. All right,
Mm-hmm.
so we just struck a conversation, and after that, yeah, sort of like we have a very good conversation, and we keep in touch. After that, we met up for coffee, and we spoke. You know, I didn't really sound anything, just being a friend, listening to him. All right.
Mm.
So eventually, he became one of my clients. Okay, became one of my clients and became a good friend. And our friendship had lasted, I think, now more than 10 years already. All right,
Wow.
and he
Okay.
also joined me as a Rainmaker. So
Nice.
I think we have to look at people as people. I said, all right, friendship are meant to be long term.
Yeah.
But again, life is so uncertain. We never know. There are people that come and go. All right. There are friends that are here for a short while. There are friends that are here for long term. It doesn't matter. We need to also I feel that we also need to embrace the reality of life. It's not everybody is going to be a friend for life. All right. Some will
Yeah.
come and
True.
go. Some will here for stay for a long time, but it doesn't matter because we cannot control what happened to us, but we can control how we react to the circumstances. It's all about ourselves.
Yeah.
All right. And
Agree.
during these seasons of life, phase of life, we mature, we develop resilient, and we grow in our character. I think that's important. I think that's the
Mm.
beauty of it. It's a journey. It's the journey matters more than the destination itself.
True.
Sometimes we are so in a rush to achieve our goals, our destination, that we forget to smell the flowers along the journey. All right, we
Mm.
must learn to appreciate the process. Okay, as we try to strive to achieve our goal. But
Yeah.
life is very short. We need to seize the moment. All right, appreciate the presence and look forward to the future. Whatever is the past, let's not dwell in it, especially negative past. We must learn how to let go. That's the art of
Mm.
living. Yeah.
Wow. Nice. Nice. I agree with you. Like a lot of times, so many people who are so-called successful in their life, eventually they are depressed. Why? Because
That's right.
even though they have so many goals, for example, a lady who loves to play around, but then they got depressed because they don't have that kind of appreciation towards the people around them, or even the journey, the process of becoming the successful, the rich and famous that they are currently in. So I agree with you that we have to actually appreciate whatever that we have, and whatever that comes along the way, the good, the bad, the nice, the not so nice ones along the way. We just appreciate it and learn from it, and then after that we grow from it. And of course, for people who are I would say that they are so bitter about their life because they couldn't let go of their past. They kept holding on to
That's
the
right.
past. They kept thinking about it. They kept when they wake up, they'll think about it. Before they sleep, they also think about it. So that's why they are getting so bitter and so hateful towards certain
That's
things
right.
and certain parts of life as well. So that's why I agree with Richard that you have to let go and let God. If you are religious, yeah, let God, and He will provide for you. He will bless you in many ways, right? And of course, I I understand that you actually shared quite a number of tips for networking already, and building genuine connections in businesses. So do you have one more tip for people who wants to build genuine connections with other people so that they can actually build their business up or build their brand up?
Okay, so I think importantly is the best way to really expand your social network is to belong to a community. Really,
Belong.
yes, is to join a community. We've already have the community You have already all the resources. You don't need to be the one go and how do you fish? You go to a pond, you go to a sea or ocean where there are a lot of fishes, go and fish. Am I right?
Yeah, correct.
All right, same. You don't go to a spot there are only a few fishes, and go to different ponds, right? You go to the pond with the greatest number of fish in the pond to fish.
True.
Same. All right.
Okay.
That's why it's important. It's important for us to know. We may not have a lot of resources, but we must be resourceful.
Yes.
All right. We must be resourceful. So, question is this: where can I find the greatest number of people that I can connect with? Are there existing community whose values are aligned with mine? I think we could ask ourselves that question.
Yeah.
But there are some community, there are some networking platform who are focused a lot about transaction. All right, referral. Yeah, you feel that you are game for it, you can join them. All right. So just find a platform that you are comfortable with, you are happy about. That's all. All right, because not everything suits us. As I said, Rainmaker is not a community that suits everybody, because if you are someone who are just very business driven, you are just very transactional type, you have no regard for relationship or friendship, Rainmaker is not meant for you.
Yeah,
simple as that, right?
Yeah.
But if you are someone that cherish friendship at the same time, you have a good business, you have a good product or service, that is where you can find value in Rainmaker.
I agree. I mean, for me, I might not be a full time entrepreneur, but because of Rainmaker, I managed to meet so many like minded individuals, so great, so nice, and they are able to be there for me when I needed a listening ear and even help as well. So that's why when I saw this opportunity to interview Richard, I was like, wow, man, I should get this opportunity and get him onto the podcast to share about networking, because he is like the king of networking in my opinion. Okay, so that's why I agree that you have to actually I would say put yourself put others in terms of like don't think so much just for yourself, but also think for the others, because when you think for the others, the more they are able to actually
That's right.
add value to you, because
right.
you have already added value to them. So now it's your turn to add value. It's like in Chinese we call it 有来有去. So there's people who add in, there's also people who will actually add in value for you as well when you add value
right.
to them. So one last question before we end the whole podcast. All right. So I'd like to ask you, right, imagine this: you suddenly lose everything, okay? Your money, your reputation. So what would you do from day 1 to day 30 to save yourself?
Okay, what would I do? Are you saying that after I lost, so
After you lost everything, what will you do next for the first 30 days?
Okay, I think for the first 30 days, I think I will do a lot of self-reflection.
Self-reflection.
Yes.
Okay.
What led to this loss?
Mm-hmm.
First thing is to do a lot of self-reflection. Is it because of myself, my action, or my inaction, or because of circumstances that is beyond my control? Second is, I'm not going to cry over spilled milk, because it's the past, it's the past. I need to ask myself, okay, what am I going to do right now? All right, what am I going to do right now? And what resources, what are opportunities out there that I have at risk? I need to humble myself and say, I need to reset and restart my life.
Yeah.
Because many times we want to go back to the past and say, oh, we are so discouraged and pulled back by the negative past. But I think very importantly, we know that this is a reality. I've lost everything. All right.
Yeah.
But it's okay. I've not lost my life. I have not lost my fighting spirit. I have not lost my faith. Because so long as we never give up, there's always a new beginning. There's always a restart. The only thing is not about those who have never failed. The only issue is when we're given up in life, we realize that, oh, this is the end. I want to end my life. But I know what? So long as we are still alive, we still have that fighting spirit, there's hope.
Yeah.
That is hope. So I also want to encourage all entrepreneurs and my friends out there. All right. I'm not sure what challenges or difficulties you are facing. because every one of us are going through some form of challenges, difficulty. Every face tell a story. Sometimes on the outside you may have a happy face, but inside us we do have our own struggles, own set of challenges. But whatever it is, I want to encourage all my friends there is this: never give up on life. All right, there is hope. All right, there is hope. All right, so long as we keep on persevering and believing and not giving up, there will be light at the end of the tunnel. You just have to continue to believe.
True, I agree.
All right, and also important to recount our blessings. Many times we thought that, wow, I'm really at the end of my my life, but it's not the end. It's just like recently I was talking to a fellow friend, and she was so upset because of some internal politics. She was so-called forced to leave her job, that she had clung on for many years. You say, oh, now I lost everything. I say, no, you only lost your job. You have not lost everything, because you still have your family, you still have friends, you still have many things in life. So do not make that failure, quote unquote, becomes your failure. It's only part of our life. Many times we have to really determine, we have to really decide our mindset, like we have to reframe our mindset to look at things in a very positively. I say, you lose this job, but you're going to be launched in a greater business. You never know, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So a failure does not determine our destiny. In fact, we must fail enough to be successful forward. Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Well, yeah, I agree with you. Failure, like what Tony Robbins always say, failure is feedback to success.
That's right.
So that's why you cannot always think that, oh, I fail means I fail forever. It's going to be tough if you keep having this mindset, and that's why so many of them committed suicide and even go to the asylum and to stay in as a patient. So that's why I believe you guys should actually take this, whatever that Richard has mentioned, take note of this and then use it and apply them, because it will definitely be beneficial for you when you're bouncing back up and rising like the phoenix again.
That's
okay.
right.
So now, Richard, what's next for you and Rainmaker?
Well, I'm very excited about the community, and I really want to continue to attract like-minded people to join me, like people like you. Great heart for the people, and I really respect you, Rayson. Thank you so much for your contributions to the community through this broadcast. I know that it has really benefited so many people, and I appreciate you as a fellow friend and brother, as a Rainmaker. All right, just let you know that. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So I think for Rainmaker, we want to continue to grow in strength, in numbers. At the same time, we're also looking for plans to go overseas. All right. And is to create that unity. I think very importantly is to create the unity, among the members. Because as we grow, there will be people coming in, there will be interesting people, funny people coming in and trying to create some pockets of division here and there. But I think collectively, as part of the Rainmaker, we must have the community perspective. Okay.
Community perspective.
Yes.
Okay.
It is to protect the integrity of and unity of the community is very important.
Yeah.
I personally feel that in many organizations, a lot of time a community organization team, they were divided on this because the leaders were being attacked. As the saying goes, you strike the shepherd, the sheep will scatter. Yes. How do someone come in and destroy a community? They will attack the leader. And you know what? Don't expect a leader of a company, an organization team to be perfect. In fact, I'm far from perfection. If you want to focus on my weaknesses, let me tell you, I have tons of it. All right. But if you're going to base on my weaknesses and basically make a model of a molehill, all right, it's possible. All right. And to create this unity. But I think I want to appeal to our fellow friends out there who are listening. All right. Whether you're a leader or you are a member of an organization, give your full support to the leader. If this person is trying very hard to do something good, despite his or her weaknesses, support this person, because it's not easy to be a leader.
Yeah, not
all right.
Easy.
It's really not easy. Unless this person, his value is so misaligned, this person is committing crime or unethical things, then yes, please go ahead and advise, counsel, and challenge. Okay. Other than that, let's have an attitude to support. Yes. All right. if you really see the value of this organization, be a blessing, be an asset, and not be a liability, so that
True.
your work, okay, will be a joy, not a burden to the leadership. That's
Mhm.
what I want to share with every one of you here. Yeah.
Wow, wow, awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, well, thank you so much,
Thank you,
for
Reason.
appearing on the podcast. Really
Thank
appreciate
you.
it for having you here. And also at the same time, would like to thank our sponsors for today, Rainmakers Private Limited, and also at the same time, T-Quest Lab for allowing us to use
Yes,
this
beautiful place.
beautiful place. And this is a tea house in Katong Shopping Center in Singapore. So for those of you who are a tea lover and you want to actually taste authentic Chinese tea, then please come over to Tea Quest Lab at Katong Shopping Center at level 2. Okay, you can come over and then you can actually get uh, a great facility, a great place to actually enjoy tea and even tea making process as well. You can actually do that,
Nice.
and you can also appreciate some antiques that we have over here. All right. Okay, so with that, I'd like to thank each and every one of you from around the world for tuning in to this podcast. Really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys again next week for another episode of the Ragacy Show. So thank you and take care and stay blessed.
Stay
Okay,
blessed.
bye bye.
See you.